We turn to Seder Kriyat HaTorah. Please rise.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. הרחמים מיטיבה, ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו.
Jacob, here we are standing at Sinai again. But I say again because our tradition says we were all at Sinai. The generations that we read about in the Torah, but the generations who came before, the generations that are to come. So I want you to imagine with the generations of your family here going all the way back and going into the future, God willing. Because the giving of the Torah is not just a historical event, a one-time thing. The receiving of the Torah is that every moment we let it into our hearts. And so I want you to take this gift into your arms, into your heart, and cherish it.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo Lecha, Adonai Hagedol V'Hagevura V'Tiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה ומתנשא לכל ראש. For our first Aliyah this morning, we call our grandparents. We're going to call up Arlene Spiegler and Judy Zucker. תעמוד נא חנה לאה בת חיה ואילה וחיים צבי ויהודית בת רבקה ויחל עמנואל העלייה הראשונה. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. אתה אדוני תנהג. אמן.
ליבו תיקו את תרמתי, וזאת התרמה אשר תיקו מאיתם, זהב והסק ונחושת.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And kisses, most important. For Aliyah 2, we're happy to call Jen Spiegler. תעמוד, יתה שושנה בת חנה לאה ורפאל העלייה השנייה.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Oh yeah,
Baruch
sorry.
atah
Atah Adonai hambarach.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
ותהל וארגמן, ותולעת שני ושש ועוזים, ואורות אלים מאודמים, ואורות תהשים ועצי שיטים, שמן למאור וסמים לשמן אותה
המשחה.
ולקטורת הסמים, אבני שוהם ואבני מילואים, לאפוד ולחושן.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. For Aliyah 3, we call up our proud parents, Stephanie and Michael Zucker. יעמדו חיי שרה בת חנה לאה ורפאל ומיכאל שאול בן יהודית ורחמים לעלייה שלישית.
Baruch et Adonai hambarach.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
ועשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם, ככל אשר אני מראה אותה, את תבנית המשכן ואת תבנית כוכליו, והן תעשו, ועשו ארון עצי שיטים, 2.5 אורכו, ו1.5 רוחבו, ו1.5 קומתו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
A blessing for all of those up here. Misha Berach Avotenu V'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leahu Yavarech et Kol HaOlim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all of you who have come up to the Torah in honor of God, in honor of the Shabbat. May you merit from the Holy One of blessing, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in your every endeavor, and together we say, Amen.
Now for our fourth Aliyah, we call up Jacob now as a bar mitzvah. יעמוד הבחור בר המצווה, רפאל יחיאל בן חווה שרה ומיכאל שאול, לעלייה לתורה.
ברוך אדוני המבורך,
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
וציפית אותו זהב טהור מבית ומחוץ תצפנו, ועשית עלה זר זהב סביב, ועסקת לו 4 טבעות Zahav vena tata al arba pa'amotav ushate tabaod al salo had veshate tabaod al salo ha-shani Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu emet v'hayeh olam nata betohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yehelanu. Now we're going to okay, blessing. Yes,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Mi sheberach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yivarech et Rafael Yechiel ben Chaya Sarah u'Michael Shaul shehegia limitzvot ve'ala likvot hamakom likvot haTorah. May the God who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah bring blessing to Rafael Yechiel, the son of Chaya Sarah, and Michael Shaul. May God bring blessing to Jacob Zucker, who has reached the age of responsibility and was called to the Torah for the first time. We celebrate the dedication that brought you to this sacred moment today. May God watch over you. May your parents continue to raise you to full adulthood, leading you to a life filled with blessing, the blessing of Torah, to a study, upah, of a loving relationship, and of ma'asim tovim, of good deeds. May you find favor before God and the entire Jewish community. Together we say, Amen.
And we have more blessings from our parents. Do speak to the mic, though, so otherwise. In the microphone.
Jacob. You have worked so hard and have studied so much to get here today. We are so proud of you. Proud that you are completely out of your comfort zone, standing here last Saturday in front of over 120 people, and in front of 4 today. Just standing up here, reading Hebrew from the Torah, and as I mentioned, loud enough that everyone can hear you. This is an amazing accomplishment, and I want you to stand here and fully acknowledge all that it took to get you here. This was a huge task with a great amount of responsibility, especially over the past year. You and I had our nightly 10-minute review sessions of your Torah and Haftorah portions. You missed football practice, basketball practice, being able to sleep in longer, all to make sure you were prepared for this day. And we hope that you realized how worth it all was. We want to doubly thank the rabbi and the cantor for being here again today with us and all of your teachers at TBO. This is a major milestone that you will always look back on, and you should be extremely proud of yourself.
Thank you. Jacob, words simply cannot describe how much your mother and I are so proud of how well you did today. Leading the congregation in prayer. But more than that, we're proud of the wonderful, intelligent, funny, and caring young man you've become. It is simply astonishing to us that you have matured into such a young man. Where you were shy, you have blossomed into somebody that is not afraid to try new things. Even since last week, we're still working on the vegetables. Hanging out with friends, although neither of us are used to staying up as late as we need to now pick you up, and are now on our way. You are now on your way to molding what your future holds. You come from a very long Jewish lineage of individuals where, if they could join us today, would also be so proud of you. We gave you your Hebrew name,
Raphael, Yechiel.
To name you after 2 amazing men that unfortunately you did not get to meet. Raphael for your grandfather, your mom's dad, Ronald, and Yechiel for your great-grandfather, my grandfather, Eli. I know that both of these men are here with us today and have shared with you and have shared in our joy watching you. Both men had a strong sense of family and Judaism, which we hope will stay with you as you grow older. Because of this strong Jewish lineage, we are not surprised how far you have come and how successful you have been thus far, and can't wait for what your future holds. You have shown us through these 13 years that you are sweet and kind, and you have unbelievable athletic knowledge and talent. Where you obtained this ability, I will never know. It certainly was not me. You persevere even when things are hard, and are beginning to understand that this is life, and we learn every single day to ensure that we can solidify our success for the next day, months, and years. You deserve something that everything that is coming to you today. Maybe some lunch after this. And you have support from every single person that is here to make this day the best it can be, because you deserve it. But if there's one thing that you should take away from all of this, is that you put your head down, you worked hard to achieve the goals that were set forth for you, and you achieved them. This mindset is something that you should carry with you into the future, and you will always have us to guide you and support you through that journey. Mazel tov, and we love you so much. Love you.
Rise for the lifting and the dressing of Torah. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאי לי 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 יא לה 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 יא לה 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 יא לה 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 Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Continue with Haftarah. Jacob is going to chant from Book of Kings 1 verse 8. But first the blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu v'vim tovim v'ratzah v'divrehem v'nizmarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'vivi Israel amo Uviviem ha'emet v'tzedek. Peta hatzela hatihona el ketef habayit ha'yemanit uvlelulim ya'alu al hatihona umin hatihona el Hashelishim ve'yehven et habayit ve'henlehu ve'yisebon et habayit gevim u'sherot ba'arazim va'azimsken et habayit hayatiyat al habayit Hamesh amo komato ve'yeheskot et habayit ba'atze arazim.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל הדורות האל הנאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק על התורה ועל עבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת את חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש ימינו כקדם. Please be seated. Stand here.
Jacob, it was an honor, a pleasure studying Torah with you. You really, while we were studying, you really took hold of the idea that God speaks to Moses, and what does it mean that God can still speak to us today? And then you brought in a teaching from your great-grandfather about the importance of the synagogue, of the sanctuary, connected to this Torah portion because they're building the Mishkan, this dwelling place for God in the wilderness. And this learning from your grandfather, your great-grandfather, is important to your life, I know. But sometimes having illustrious people in our past, as your dad was talking about, your Jewish heritage, proud people who came before you, can be heavy. In Yiddish, we call that yichus. That's what we inherit from our ancestors, yichus in good Hebrew. And sometimes it can feel like a burden. Much of Jewish life can feel like a burden, this thing that's given to us. And yet, I remember when we were putting on the talit in my office, I talked about, yes, we take this upon ourselves, and yet at the same time, it can be very light and lift us up in dignity. So yichus, at the same time, is heavy and light at the same time, paradoxically in some way. Right? But the Torah portion, Truma, which we talked about, means a gift of the heart. Our ancestors were called to give of themselves what they're able, right? And so we mix ourselves into what we have been given from before. Our ancestors gave their Truma to us, and we mix that with our gifts. And that's what it means to be a Jew in the world. So what are your gifts, your gifts of your quiet thoughtfulness, your gifts of your kindness, your gifts of probably being a good brother, I would assume, your gifts, though, of being a proud Jew, and how do you take that into the world? You have been given these gifts from your ancestors, from your immediate family, from your community here at Temple B'nai, or where your family is so involved. That, too, is a yichus. But my blessing to you is to continue to develop your truma, your gifts, your heart, that you will give to the world.
Thank you, Rabbi, for these words of wisdom. If you indulge me, I'm going to read my words, because every moment is different from the last one. And in order to create this present moment, I would like to read my words. So in this Torah portion, we say, build it and they will come. That's what we say about Parashat Truma. I've shared that this Torah portion is very close to my heart because it was the Torah portion in which I was installed as a cantor in this community. And I love especially that it talks about the giving of your heart as much as your heart can give. Asher yidvenu libo. You give as much as you can of your heart, and that is what you did for us this morning, Jacob. You gave us of your heart. You've not only accomplished the chanting of Torah, but you went above and beyond what you felt was comfortable for you, speaking louder, even louder this week. So we've received so much from you. We've spoken at length today about your yachas, about your yichus, which is your family heritage. Rabbi referred to your family's connection, but while your vertical heritage is so rich, and we can trace it back, your ancestry to a rich Jewish lineage, it would be important today as well to note not just that your vertical family heritage, past and future, but also look at your Jewish identity from like a horizontal perspective today. Your father mentioned in his speech that you've made great accomplishments according to the goals that we've set for you. As you become a Jewish adult today, you're going to have to think about how to set your own goals to continue to make Judaism meaningful for you and for your generation in the 21st century and in your own future. We hope that you will find elements of Judaism and Jewish wisdom that will speak to you and will continue to feel meaningful as you grow older. And at this time, the rabbi and I would like to invoke God's blessing upon you. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
Jacob, may the Eternal One bless you and protect you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God's presence shine upon you. May God always be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May you always find the Eternal One's presence. May God always lift you up and bless you with shalom, with peace. We all say, Amen. We're all filled, overflowing with blessings. So we ask God we take these blessings and put them into the words of our tradition, asking God, who has given us life, who has sustained us, who has enabled us to reach this joyous occasion.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Mazel tov.